This is Chris Spiker. I'm Aaron Goldstein. We are here with our second guest, Ione Fields from GarlandW Homecare Agency, LLC. Hi, Ione.
Hi, how are you?
Wonderful. I met you at the Lancaster Chamber Business for Breakfast this week.
Yes.
And you had just found out that you'd been volunteered to be on the radio show.
Yes, I did. However, it's okay.
Well, it's your next call to greatness.
Yes.
And I told you that everybody is a book. They've got a story, a fascinating story in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to read the book today.
Okay. I'm ready.
Tell us a little bit about your company.
Well, GarlandW is a home care agency. And what we do is hire caregivers to go into the homes to take care of the elderly and also the veterans. We have a program, it's called Aid in Attendance, for the veterans who's 65 but didn't get out of the service with a disability. And so there's a pension for that. If they did need a home care and they had a pension, like a disability pension, they would have to give up that pension because they can't get both or pay for it themselves.
Yeah.
And so we're a private agency.
Do you run the houses yourself?
No. These are in-home. The caregivers, I train them, they're live scan. The company is licensed and bonded, licensed through the state. And the caregiver go into the home to help the elderly or the disabled.
I would imagine there are people listening that have the same questions I do because it's kind of new territory for me.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just asking,
Okay.
simple questions that everybody would have that's listening.
Okay.
So what does GarlandW Home Care provide?
We provide assistance for the elderly or disabled and the veteran, such as we're non-medical, so we do remind them to take their medicine. We don't give it to them. If they have a doctor's appointment or light cooking, light housekeeping, just about anything but medical.
Right.
So everything else, just so that they're able to stay at home.
Right.
And not go into a nursing home.
And then this helps the family if there's family there.
Right.
Because then they can get out and have a fairly normal life.
Right, not worry about the caregiver. And as I said, all the caregivers are registered with the state of California.
Mm-hmm.
And, a few years ago they didn't have this. But now they have all the caregivers to live scan and pay to go into the registry. And so I'm excited about it myself.
Yeah.
Even though, we're just starting.
Just getting started.
Mm-hmm.
So you joined the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce.
I also joined the Palmdale Chamber of Commerce.
Very good. So you'll be going to a lot of meetings here in a little bit.
I hope so. I didn't know much about, I've been out here in Antelope Valley for quite a while, a little over 10 years. However, I never, got to know Lancaster that well.
Right.
And so
it's a big valley, isn't it?
It's a big, I was
a lot of
thinking
driving.
one day, I was like, God has so much land. It's just beautiful out here.
There you go.
It's beautiful out here. I love coming up that 14 and looking at all the mountains. Just no water up here to get in.
That would be nice. Some rivers and some more trees, some green grass.
Right. But it's coming along.
I think that's fascinating when somebody comes to the Antelope Valley and likes it.
And I liked looking up at the stars at night.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was just
every night.
Beautiful. I've been in California for a while, but not up here. And when I saw the sky, I mean, people should drive up here somewhere in the middle of the day and see the blue sky and stars, and
Yeah,
makes a difference.
yeah. That might sell them.
It might.
Not that we need more residents, you know. We'd like to think, no, it's just us, we're fine.
Yeah.
You know, but more people can come.
Okay.
So we're talking with Ione Fields, GarlandW, LLC Homecare. How can anyone get started with your company?
Well, we have a website, www.garlandhomecareagency.com, and you can go to my website and complete an application online, and then I'll be notified,
Right.
that someone's filled out the application. However, right now, we're not doing a lot of hiring, but you can still complete the application.
Right, you gotta
And the
get
live
things in order.
scan, right.
And they can, I see, right, and they can even just ask questions, I would imagine.
Right, they have to be trained, so, I'll train them as a healthcare aide. They also receive a certificate, and it's like, might be 40 hours or less, but the company has to do that.
I gotta ask a question then, if they haven't been trained yet and you're gonna train them, do you charge for that?
No.
Really?
Mm.
So they're getting kinda like a certificate for, wow.
For just working for us.
That's like a secret. We shouldn't tell anybody.
Uh-oh. Because I think Antelope Valley charged $200, the college do.
Your daughter wrote a question here. Can you tell us about the essentials of this company? What does that mean? You help people.
Yeah, we help people. I went away on a trip vacation. There was a lady next door to me that I had met. I had been knowing her for about 10, 15 years. And her husband had passed away. Her puppy had passed away, and she was left alone. And so she has 5 kids, but they were all around.
They're busy.
Yeah. And I would go over to see her, I'd take her a flower for Mother's Day,
Oh, good.
take her food, but when I got back from my trip, I noticed that she didn't have the trash cans out. She always had those trash cans out and out there sweeping. And she was about 87, and she passed away. I didn't find out till that weekend that her granddaughter told me she had passed. And I just, thinking that if I had a little more time or a caregiver, if maybe her kids, could have gotten her a caregiver.
Yeah. And she'd still be with us.
She'd still be with us.
Taking out the trash and sweeping her yard. And
Mm-hmm.
if everybody took out their own trash and swept their own yard, this would be
A beautiful place.
a beautiful place.
Yeah.
So you're making the world a beautiful place.
I'm hoping to, so. And the elderly, they like to talk. They have nobody to talk to.
Right.
And so when they do find somebody to talk to, so.
Makes the time go by.
Yeah.
Hey, where do you see this business going in the next couple of years?
I see it going all the way down to Long Beach. I see it growing because, I don't know if there's a lot of home care agencies, especially up here in Antelope Valley, but it's a need for it. And so I'm hoping to grow in that way to help people.
And what do you think you're going to gain out of being part of this project?
I thought about not just the elderly, but there's a lot of people that's looking for jobs.
Right.
And this is a way to give back to the community and help, others.
Create some jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And this could be a full-time, it could be part-time.
It could be full-time, it could be part-time. But most likely, it'll be part-time, like 4 hours a day.
What are some of the lifelong benefits anybody a part of this growing business will take with them?
Well, once I train them, they'll have that certificate and they can use it, you know, anywhere. It'll give, I spoke with someone from the chamber, from the university, and they were looking for internships and volunteers for their students. And so I thought that would be a good idea.
Just somewhere to get some hours in.
Right, yeah, and, you know, learn the ins and outs of a business, really,
Yeah,
you know, 'cause.
practical stuff. A lot of times you even you do the education, you're in the classroom, but you never get out in the field.
Right.
To see what's really.
Hands-on. Right.
We should mention GarlandW Homecare Agency. You have an office, 1220 East Avenue S,
Yes.
Suite L in Palmdale on Avenue S, and then the phone number 661-526-3877, and we'll put that on the video also,
Okay.
so people will find you.
Or
Or
400, no.
526-400. Oh,
661.
Yep.
400.
Right.
0584.
yeah, that's probably your cell phone, huh? That's where you really are.
That's where I'm at.
So we talked about where your business is located and the idea, why did you join the chamber?
I joined the chamber to get to know Lancaster, to see what's out there, you know, because I need to know where the people are, you know, where it's needed.
Hey, and we found each other.
Yes, we did.
Talking with Ione Fields, GarlandW Homecare Agency, LLC. Thanks for being a chamber member.
Well, you're welcome, and I didn't get the chance to tell you what GarlandW is. That was my father's name. However, I never met him. I went on Ancestry, took the DNA, and found him after a lot of years of looking for him. And he died when I was a year old. He got struck down by lightning. And because it was so long ago, there's no records of it or anything. So I thought, okay, I done resurrected you.
So every time you mention the name of the company, you think of
My
Father.
father that I never met.
Thank you.
You're welcome.